Can happen. Watch it go.
That's right. Longest one in your life.
You know, towards the end of the first quarter. It was like, well, hands on the call. Take a field goal, that's okay. We get to that.
Right? Oh, it is time. All right, can we have everyone stand for the pledge of allegiance and the land acknowledgement statement?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Salamanca City Central School District acknowledges the homeland of the Anandawatga, the people of the Great Hill, the Seneca people on whose ancestral and modern day land Salamanca School District now stands and whose water we enjoy. We stand with all Indigenous peoples in their resolve to remain connected to their land. While we cannot undo what has been done, it is the goal of the Salamanca City Central School District to recognize the history and make improvements that will benefit the next 7 generations of Indigenous students.
Yep. Okay. All right, we'll call the meeting to order, and we are on item B, the approval of the agenda. Superintendent Mueller just mentioned that there are a few changes to the agenda.
Yes, item 6A, we revised the start date for Christina Pelk. On 6A, we also removed pending fingerprint clearance because she received clearance. We removed the regular session convenes because there is no executive session tonight. In 4C, we revised the Kristen Camerano conference start date to 3/15 due to 2 different dates. One was 16, one 15, so the correct date is the 15th. In 7F, we adjusted the start time to the correct start time for our board meetings to 5:30. And for 5E, we added a Whitestone contract for capital project phase 5.1, the bus garage.
Okay, did everybody get all that? All right, so with those changes, I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Dale, second by Brad. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carried. Agenda is approved. All right, number 3, communications. We're going right into public communications, Title VI Parent Advisory Committee.
Students.
Roger and students.
What did any of them request to speak?
Oh,
No,
Want to speak,
no.
Roger?
oh, you don't want to say anything? Oh, all right. Nobody else? No? Okay.
All right.
All right, then. No, Aaron, Title VI.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. All right, we will go into item B, ex officio student board member.
Have nothing to say right as current, but next week I'll be seeing some.
All right, excellent.
Perfect. Christian has joined us.
Christian Reiler is joining us virtually.
Yep, thanks.
Hi, Christian.
Hey, everybody.
All
No
right, we are-
comments here, just listening in, multitasking here. Appreciate you guys.
no problem. We're gonna expect a speech in a few minutes, so be on the ready.
Okie dokie. I'll get ready.
We're on item C, central office message.
Let's see, Mrs. Beaver is currently attending a conference in San Antonio, so she's in a different time zone and I think is currently still involved in session, so she's excused from this evening.
Guess that leaves me.
There you go.
Two things. Budget stuff has all been submitted, so I'm working on compiling all that. With all the submissions and the salaries and the benefits and all that good stuff and making some estimates. Because FTA and CSU contracts are both up, so I'm estimating on those. And secondly, our impact aid application was received on Friday. It's not due until the 2nd of February, but it's already being reviewed. if we have a government then, seeing as how there's a continuing resolution through January 31st right now, if they extend that or actually come up with a budget, hopefully they'll fund FY 26, which is the year we're in right now. The application I just put in is for FY 27. Based on last year's information, our 27 application should be around $22.4 million. That's all I got.
Wow, that was pretty good. All right, any questions? No? All right, well, let's go around the room here. Who wants to take a turn?
I'll go first.
All right, hey, just do us all a favor, announce who you are and your position for the people who are online.
Absolutely. Chad Bartose, Athletic Director. I have a few talking points. First, I'd like to recognize and congratulate our student athletes, our scholar athletes, I should say, that were passed. That might have come up in a meeting prior to this, but we had a large number, which was great. And we also had 6 of 9 were team scholar athletes. So this is important for the athletic departments. We got to get to 75% to be recognized at the end of the year. 6 of 9 is not quite that, and the football team for that. But we had a good start. I think the winter is going to go great, and we got to finish strong in the spring. To help promote that, we do have some shirts that I got some feedback from staff, and we're going to get those out and kind of highlight those scholar athletes. We're hosting a large archery tournament over at Prospect, and I do want to thank Rich and his staff for helping us organize that. Kim, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, a lot of movement. So Rich, you know what I'm talking about, right? Thank you. And cheerleaders are competing in Gowanda. For the first time we competed in winter this Thursday, and then again next Sunday. So that's a big deal for our athletics program. And that's it. That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot going on.
all right, any questions? How's winter sport looking?
Well, girls basketball is 3-0 in the league, 7-3 overall. The boys are running about 500. But
Do
So-
do that again, she said.
but
6, 7.
no, no, overall it's been good. Indoor track, wrestling, we got a lot of stuff going on. So
Okay,
this is time to make your runs if you're gonna advance in the playoffs or do something beyond the normal season.
anybody else, any questions? All right, I got one more. So we're in the middle of, well, not in the middle, but we're towards the beginning of our ski club season here. Ski club has phenomenal numbers. There's like 30 some in the 4th and 5th grade group. I hear there's like 70 some in the 6th, 7th grade group. I'm not sure what the numbers are in high school. But that's a pretty good pipeline of recreational skiers that we're developing here. The ask was a few years ago, when are we gonna look at a ski team and start rivaling Ellicottville with their ski team? So is there any movement update? Have you thought about it in the last couple of years or?
I do recall that, and I did do a fairly deep dive into it. So there are some steps to be taken, but it's not an easy process. There's only, I believe, 4 teams that compete. Ellicottville, Will South. I want to say there's 1 private in all of Western New York. So starting a standalone team would be a bit of a challenge because it is so much different from recreational. And diving into competitive ski would call for some coordination with the Valley, which I think we could do. But they have trained professionals who help run their practices, things like that. So that might call for some coaching conversation. But I mean, it's certainly something that we could discuss for sure.
Mhm. Okay. Well, let me know when we'll have a discussion. Dr. Dealer.
All right, we're on it.
I did have one more.
Oh.
Student Athlete Advisory Committee, where we're going up Thursday, we're picking 5 athletes. So this would be for Section 6. They do have one through New York State. Section 6 is growing. We're gonna be one of the couple dozen schools taking a group up on Thursday. Basically, give their student athletes a voice. Similar to having a student board member, it's getting student athletes a voice in some of the day-to-day operations of not only our district, but in the section. So they can actually join in this type of summit. They can inquire about becoming a part of a larger group for the section and then for the state. I think that'll be cool.
Okay. Anybody else? No? All right, who wants to take a turn next?
I'll go, because I like, we've had 170 help desk
Oh,
tickets.
who are you?
Oh,
and
I'm
what are you
sorry,
doing?
I forget that people don't know. I'm Marcy Brown, I'm the Director of Technology. We've had 170 help desk tickets since the first of the year. I just find that fun. We're working with all the buildings on setting up the computer-based testing for benchmarking as well as the state simulation that'll be going on at the end of January. So we've been out and about, and we've instituted a very new fun thing for the techs in the office. We have students in and out of the office all day long, and by 3, 4 every class period are down in the tech office requesting help. And they don't always know what to say when they walk through the door. So now we have a bulletin board and a pointer so that when they come in, they're directed to say, hello, IT department. My name is, repeat their name, and then they have some prompts that they can choose from in order to get assistance, because they just didn't know what to say when they were walking through the door. They're requesting help from a group of people. They're all sitting around the room. So we've had a lot of fun with it, and the kids are just giggling up a storm as they're reading through their options for prompts as to what to direct to the IT. So those are just fun stuff,
Mhm.
entertaining the tech department.
Yeah. So only 170?
That doesn't count any phone calls or people walking through the door, but 170 help desk tickets in 7 days of school. Not gonna say that's too bad. So, and
Okay.
it's everything under the sun. It really is.
Well, I thought it'd be much higher.
We do about, I don't know, I think we've done, I just looked yesterday, and it is almost 2,500 tickets throughout the school year. But like I said, that is this much of what we do, because they have routine maintenance. They're out and about, they're in the buildings constantly wandering around, checking in on classrooms, that kind of a thing. So they're very active. And we really do try to mitigate any issues that arise. So we try not to have people have to ask for help. So. Good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. We have any questions?
I know, everybody's wondering when you're getting your laptops.
All right, who wants to go next? John?
John here, food service manager. Today we received over 2,000 pounds of Baby Bell cheese. Thanks to Kayla Hager, an amazing job getting a grant for Baby Bell. So we had tons of cheese.
Yes, that was just the time. Yeah.
Excellent. We're gonna be able to use for after school snack, for athletics, and just for events. Like cheese.
Oh, yeah. So is this those little individual racks?
Yeah, yeah. And there is Stranger Things. There's Stranger Things theme, so if you're Stranger Things, it's just like that. So that's exciting. And other than that, last month I went to Albuquerque for the cafeteria conference. Made a lot of great connections. Came up with a lot of great ideas, especially pertaining to indigenous recipes. Met a really cool meeting chef, and got a lot of great. Definitely worth it. And just continue to plan for the spring, for the food truck. We get that going in the spring and the garden.
Any questions?
I have a question.
One of them.
It's always about like cost, about the food truck and stuff. Yeah, it's like how much does it run, how much gas mileage, that sort of thing. You keep saying that. It's fine. I understand it's menial compared to like getting it all set in motion.
Question.
Okay, anything else? No? All right, who's next? Okay,
I'm Asia Butler. I'm the assistant principal at Salamanca Intermediate. I have a few things to share. Starting before the break, we had an amazing band and chorus concert, amazing turnout that was really well attended. We also had the winter dance before the break, which was another great time. The students loved it. Really cute. They had a great night. Just after the break, we've been focusing on our CHAMPS behavioral expectations and getting routines and procedures back in order, essentially starting over again, back at square one, reminding of our expectations, just as we did at the beginning of the year. It's been going very well. We also, Mr. Haley wasn't able to share, or maybe he forgot, but we started the infused water in our cafeteria, which has been a great hit. The students love it. And great shout out for that. We've had mint infused water and citrus infused water this week. We are getting ready for our CEO celebration. So please, if you have a student that has been recognized for their behavior and their character of the month expectation, that'll be coming up on the 22nd. And we also have the day before that, literacy night here from 5 to 6:30 on the 21st, which I know is the first night of the ceremony. So I expect that unfortunately many people that were planning on being involved in that are unfortunately unable to attend, but we still will have a great night. Looking forward to everyone like to be able to.
all right. Any questions? Thank you. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next. Josie Hubbard, Human Resources and Business Department. Human Resources, we're preparing to negotiate for the upcoming contracts that Karen mentioned that are up. It does take a lot of preparing, running numbers and whatnot. So heavy in that. Looking at updating our evaluation system in there. Payroll is busy doing W-2s. That's always a challenge. The 1095s, they've changed some of the rules on that, so navigating that. And the business department traveling up Thursday to East Aurora to look at their student-run business and seeing what ideas we can take from them and how they're working it on the back end. All that. And I don't know if you noticed in the course catalog, we did add a production print shop class for next year, so students will be able to take that as first item. Lots of other moving parts. Probably can't say in public.
You got any questions? All right, thank you. All right,
Can I go?
you can.
Hi, Jerry Parisi, Director of Special Education. A couple things. One, our new clerk, Maggie Tingley, started by herself, playing solo, as of last week, Monday. She's picking up quick. It's going to take a lot to replace, 20-some odd years of knowledge from Debbie Woodworth, who wants to retire. But Maggie's doing great. Really confident she can help streamline our office a little bit more and keep us on track. As well as some other things too, like she's been really helpful and instrumental in looking to try to change things, how we're doing certain things in our office. Maybe trying to, like I said, streamline or whatever the case may be. So Maggie's gonna be a big help to it, I believe. Let's see. I know the prospect may be talking about this down the road, but we want to share with you folks at some point down the road about the new programming that we have in terms of models of service for our kids with disabilities. A prospect in particular, our integrated co-taught model that we kind of modified for this year, our 15-1 special class that we instituted 3 through 8 this year. So, hopefully in the future, we have an opportunity to present. We'll maybe give you some more information about how those kids are benefiting from the new level of service eventually. We actually also, I will say too, we've had a really, I think, in no short part to this efforts, we really had a lot of opportunities to find our students with the most significant needs programming that might be outside of our building. And I think I attribute that to the relationship we have with our counterparts at BOCES and other outside agencies. We really have developed a good relationship with them, and they're willing to work with us on helping support our kids. If we don't have the ability to do it here, how can we best support them? So I feel like we've been fortunate this year to have that kind of work improving. And then some other pieces I'm working with Mrs. Bieber's office on some trainings. We're working on co-teaching training for K through 12 this year. Transition training through support from MOCES for our secondary special ed teachers in terms of one of our requirements is when a student turns 15, we have to then make sure we're providing transition supports for life after high school. How are we helping them to game plan and goals set for life after high school when it comes to careers? So we're working on that this year as well. And then we're also getting some MOCES support on some of the state reporting piece that we have to work on, in particular preschool least restrictive environments, to make sure our kids are getting the support in the classroom versus outside the classroom. And then the last one is we just actually had the first big meeting today was for English language arts. And even though it's focusing on student disabilities, I really believe that the team working with in the district, we're going to be able to really, I think, impact general education instruction as well. I think looking through this lens, I think will be helpful in terms of how we can improve our literacy in general education setting as well. So it'll help all kids in that regard. So kind of looking forward to that work for the next year and a half. So, but yeah, that's kind of short and sweet. So thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate that. Anybody got any questions? No? All right, thank you. Who's next? We got
Richard Pinkowski, Director of Facilities. I guess it's nice to have this little reprieve from the winter right now. We're pushing a lot of snow, a lot of big piles of snow. I'm trying to keep sidewalks clear up there so the city doesn't get upset with us. Trying to take care of there when they plow us in and things like that. And just nice to have that little reprieve to clean up some things right now. And another big thing going on is there's new clocks that we are starting to put in this whole high school in Seneca. And they'll all be in sync with, the standard time this year, Eastern Standard Time, and which we haven't had for years and years. We've been using atomics that don't work and batteries failing, but we finally were able to put together, Karen helped me, and we put this brand new system in for Ronco. And it's just started. We just got the main hubs put in today, and we're going to start putting clocks up probably this week, the rest of the week in every room. So every room, hallways even, you guys always see hallways that don't tell time right, nothing. We'll have them all straightened out, gyms everywhere, cafeterias, so we got the whole shop. So that's kind of exciting. That's something that works right. It's been a long time coming. Other things, I guess we're just busy. We're just busy. All kinds of things. I got the pool's down right now. Dad said something to me. I just put that down today. I got to get the pump rebuilt. I'm ordering a brand new one. For that, that's going to be a while, but hopefully have the pool running by Friday. We have to be just getting it rebuilt. So I'm just trying to limp it along until I get a new one. It's been in since 2006. We've rebuilt it once or twice, but it needs a replacement. It's just getting a little old.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just think, like I said, we're just crazy. Just trying to keep things clean. You see my guys all around, stuff like that, making sure everything's nice for everybody, staff and students. So if there's anything you see, anything you're not sure on, I have a card there Mark has for you guys, my business card here that has my email, my text. You can text me on my cell phone. You can, let me know. However, you get a hold of me if you see, anything. Let me know. I don't mind at all. Kerry knows. He knows. He's right with me, right on my phone.
So I said you're on speed dial. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anything. Nope. Right now, I think I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Well, I have a few questions. So you were talking about the clocks. We talked about this a while ago. Are we getting analog?
Yeah, these right now are analog. Right now, we're talking. Marcy's working on digital sometime down the road. She thinks so. There, so yeah.
So our students will still have to know how to actually read time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the goal, isn't
Right?
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Education, number one.
And being no cell phones now and everything, so we need some clocks that tell at the right time. So that really bugs students and staff. So yeah. When it's time to go home, they want to leave.
Yeah. And then another one, just on the pool, what impact does it have? Is that, Chad, maybe, is this gym classes only, or what's our impact of no pool?
You got gym, you got community swim, and we also host USA Swim.
I think, yeah, USA Swim and community mostly now. You're really not using it, I think, for classes right
I
now.
think they're in between sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, weekends only, I think.
Yeah. A hopefully I'll have her back up by Friday, right now, doing this, repair that we're trying to get done.
Anybody have any questions? No? Okay. So who do we got yet? We still got Prospect? Yeah.
So I would just like to highlight, coming back from the break, it was a great transition back to school. So our kids were excited to be there. You know, you never know how kids are gonna handle, longer stretches of time out of school. But they transitioned back well. They were excited to be there. We always plan on reviewing expectations and procedures and our purpose for being in school, and they did a great job with it. Staff as well, they did a great job as well. But everyone came back rested and eager to be back in the buildings but also get down to work. So learning was taking place, quick after they transitioned back into the building. So it was a successful winter break and transition back to school. I'll carry on with a lot of things that we are very proud of and excited about. So I'm going to focus on keep it short and sweet, 2 things from today that I'd like to highlight. We really are, we're at a point where with our schedule, we've created common planning times and meetings and opportunities for people to get together on a regular basis to talk about instruction, to, if something comes up, we can be solution oriented and problem solve together. So we have that structure in place. We've talked about expectations and mindset, but now we're at this point where we see things happening organically and teams wanting to meet together. And I know that's something we've talked about over the years is, those opportunities for vertical conversations. And so we're starting to see that naturally happen during the school day. So that happened with our 1st and 2nd grade teams today. And we're very proud of them. And they're working hard to really provide the best education possible for our kids. And then we ended our day with a staff meeting that we're working with Mrs. Beaver and with the other buildings. We are being consistent with our approach with staff meetings. So we have a focus for model of instruction. So today we focused on how we're engaging our students and then differentiating what those practices look like in the classroom. So bringing everybody together and, we have some of those logistical items we need to talk about, but we're also keeping the focus on instruction and collaboration and what that looks like at Prospect. I didn't introduce myself. Elementary principal.
Thank you.
I know.
Laura Rute, assistant principal at Prospect. I'll kind of highlight on some partnerships we have going on. We're partnering with the fire department. I brought this up last year where students are volunteering to take care of a hydrant. Of course, of the season, they're brushing off snow and making sure that it's visible. And they volunteered, they put all of their, volunteer paperwork in, and they were randomly chosen. And the 4 winners that will be picked up at their home by the fire truck, and they will be brought into school. And the fire department's going to go into their classroom. The child gets a whistle and a little bag and coloring things. I'm so excited. I mean, can you imagine being a little kid coming to school and a fire truck? Yeah. So that's fun. Another partnership, I have to shout out Marcy and the tech department. We administered Exact Path, which is our diagnostic screener that we give beginning, middle, and end of year. We talked about that at the beginning of the year. It went seamless today. There were no problems. I was on my email ready because I'm the person. So I had nothing. So thank you. A good planning, everyone's there. And then another partnership, we've been partnering with Steve Brundage with attendance in the Seneca building each month to really align our attendance practices and protocols. So we have our character assemblies. We highlight students that have had perfect or excellent attendance. Perfect meaning 0 absences and excellent meaning 1 or 2. We highlight those kids at our assemblies, and we're really just kind of aligning all buildings to make sure that we're together moving forward.
Awesome. Anybody got any questions? Anybody want to ride a fire truck?
I know. Get out of here.
Well, thank you for that. Did we get everybody?
Roger Ball, head bus driver, transportation department. After a well-deserved break for Christmas, we're diligently, quietly
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Anybody got anything? All right, we'll move it along. Next up is item D, the Board of Education message. Christian, are you on the line?
He is on, he was on the iPhone. I don't see him there now.
Oh,
we got
I'm
him.
here.
Oh,
Sorry.
you have anything you want to share?
No. Well, first off, Carrie, thanks for going around the room. I appreciate everybody's great reports. I hope everyone had a nice winter Christmas break and is having a great New Year so far. Sounds like everything's going really well. With all the collaboration, hard work, and efforts everyone's doing, I really appreciate it. Nothing else really. Just wanted to highlight a couple departments tonight, and that being facilities with the amount of snow that we've had. I know Rich touched on it. And then our, all the work that you guys do to keep our grounds safe and, so students and staff can get in and out. And then our transportation department, all of our bus drivers, and all the hard work you guys do. So just shout out to all you guys, all the teachers, staff, and then those couple departments. So I'll leave the rest to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Christian.
Yep.
All right. Tracy?
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed their break and, back into the swing of things. I think we're almost at the end of the second quarter. I think we only got another week left. Then we'll be pushing, moving on to the third quarter. So I hope everybody has their assignments in and, is getting caught up. Want to thank everybody for the reports. I, always learn so much you guys talk about, because it's stuff I wouldn't normally know, unless I heard it. And thanks for everything, and I guess that's it for me.
Thanks, Tracy. Mr. Ryder?
Wanted to thank everybody for coming out. The people online, people in the building themselves. It's for our first meeting of the new year. Hopefully everybody's doing better with the 26 after 25 on everything. I failed at that for the first couple of weeks, but it is amazing that and it really is a couple of weeks. We're in the third quarter. Time's flying by. We're going to be on the second half of the year. Tests were last week. It's just it's good to see that the school's progressing on all that on those fronts, and just a big shout out. Same thing to transportation, and then Rich's department. We've had some crazy weather, a lot of ice, a lot of snow, a lot of ups and downs, and anything and everything that could be in front of you guys, and just a nice job across it. The bus drivers a lot of time don't get a lot of attention, and it's not an easy job with all the snow on the ground, and especially the ice. The same thing for all the sidewalks and everything else. So just a shout out to all those people.
All right. Thank you, sir. Bradley?
I just want to welcome everybody back from the holiday season, and I think it's midterm next week, right? Good luck to everybody on the midterms. I think that's what my mother told me. And then good luck to all the teams that are in the winter sports.
Thank you. Dale?
Yeah, it seems like forever since we had a meeting, what, end of November maybe? Yeah, but a lot of things have happened since then. I'd like to welcome everybody back after a nice long break, and hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season. And I just want to say thanks to everybody for all that you do for our kids and our school community. Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Echo Dale's remarks. Yeah, I always want to thank everybody every single meeting. You guys are what makes this place go around. You're doing it for the kids, and it's much appreciated. So to all of our staff, everybody, my colleagues, administration, thank you guys for everything you do. It's all for the kids, and that's why we're here. Much appreciated. Other than that, big snow. Winter is just getting good, and then we got a little bit of rain. So hopefully we'll get some more snow coming and really pack on the inches of snow out there. Get a nice thick blanket, and hopefully we'll have snow on the ground till around April-ish. You know, it makes for good skiing weather, so if you haven't been up to the Holiday Valley, you gotta get up there, you're missing out. If you're not a skier, you probably should be, so make sure you get out there and learn. Yeah. Right, Mark?
I like it.
Yeah, there we go. All right, you know, and good luck to all the teams out there, good luck to all of our students, you know, we got some important things coming up here, as Brad mentioned, midterms. Buckle down, get the work done, you know, do your best out there. And Chad, push them kids, scholar athlete, I love hearing that. I love hearing, what'd you say, 6 out of 9 teams?
6 and 9, it should have been 7 and 9, we missed by a percentage and a half.
Hey, that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. You know, kudos to all those kids who are working hard and, you know, maintaining their grades while they're being a student athlete. So, much appreciated. That's all I got. Back to you.
Just a couple quick notes. Mr. Haley, our Director of Safety and Security, is under the weather tonight, but a fruit of some of his, actually quite a bit of his work is on the board agenda for approval tonight, and that is the Cardiac Emergency Response Plan. This is a plan that is put together for each one of our campuses and all of our athletic fields and areas. For the actions and individuals that are designated to take action in the event of a cardiac emergency. In addition to that, the district has increased the number of AEDs, which are the automated external defibrillators that are available for public access, to 28. So those are available throughout all of our buildings and actually are available outside at all of our athletic areas. They will be taken to various away athletic competitions to ensure that we have access both for our students as well as for the fans and whoever else might be in our schools. So we have had an emergency response team that was specifically tasked with first aid response. All of our safety officers are trained in not only first aid, CPR, and AED, but also in additional advanced training. But what we have right now are teams of individuals that are specifically capable of identifying cardiac emergencies, and we're proud to roll this out. Present that for your approval tonight. We also have February 9th, which is a day dedicated specifically to safety and security in the district. We'll be introducing a additional component for assessing the concerning students, as well as providing EPR certification to, I believe, at least 60 additional staff members. So we're 100% dedicated to this because it's incredibly valuable, not just for our students, but for our staff members, as well as the community as a whole. So we'll continue to expand on that, but we're excited to be able to present that for your approval tonight. And while I'm the one talking about it, Ray's not here. He's the one who should get credit for all the work. Along those same lines, I also want to acknowledge that periodically we have medical emergencies in our schools for staff members, students, visitors. We did have one in December at Prospect for one of our staff members in a second grade classroom. And I wanted to acknowledge the response not only of the staff members, but also of the administration at that building. When you have an incident like that, and just so everybody knows, everything worked out good. All right. Actually, everything worked out very well. The response, the emergency care provided was right on point. I had the opportunity to meet with the class and identify some of the students who stood out in particular, along with the Salamanca Fire Department. They received certificates and other acknowledgements, but some of the staff members there also went above and beyond and reacted not just appropriately, but in a way that we would hope people would react in an emergency. They stepped up, they knew what to do, they took action, and everything went extremely well and smooth. But I also want to acknowledge the work that our administrators did after the incident to communicate with the parents, to follow up several days after and ensure all the students were comfortable and the staff was comfortable as well. So, you know, we take times, we have plans, we prepare, we train, And then unfortunately, we have to put it in place at certain times. But in this case, and as we expect in future cases, everything went exceptionally well. And our staff performed admirably. So thank you to our staff, our students, as well as our administrators there. I also wanted to acknowledge Dr. Dudek is out today, but she wanted to ensure that I indicated that we are already starting registration for the 2026-2027 school year for our UPK and kindergarten students. The registration will start on February 2nd. So information will be available on our website very soon if it's not already up there, but we're already only a couple weeks away from registering our newest and youngest warriors for our upcoming school year. All right, that's all. Thank you.
All right. Oh, just one more thing. So just to formally acknowledge.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. Go ahead. That's you. You want me to?
Oh,
Happy to.
on
We both
behalf
can.
of Board President Teresa Ray, who is not here tonight, we'd like to acknowledge Tricia Will as basically taking the role in her first meeting on her own after
That's right.
Janet's retirement. Yeah, welcome
Very
aboard.
good.
Okay, you have a speech?
I don't, but thank you very much. It's going, actually, it's going great. Yeah. Janet was a great teacher in the role, so. Yeah, thank you.
Very good.
Okay, all right.
Can I jump in for one acknowledgement? Actually,
Absolutely.
Mrs. Wilt is doing a terrific job. But I also wanted to, so I was walking by the desk and she's thumbing through this probably half-inch thick, double-sided printout. And she says, you have this report due at the end of the week. And I'm like, what are you looking at? Like, how do you know these things? And I just wanted to acknowledge that before Janet left, when I say it's a half-inch thick of what to do every day, what to do every week, what to do every month, there are rules, regulations, contacts, everything that she has done, and she has to have started this over a year ago. It is there. So that speaks to her dedication to the job and that she wanted to ensure the person that came after her had the necessary information. Because to be honest with you, I can't tell you what she does. I just know she does a lot of work and that things go well. And it's probably true for a lot of people who work with other individuals and rely on them, that stuff just sort of happens. But very much to Janet's credit, even after she's gone, what an outstanding job she did ensuring that her successor would be successful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like you're off on the right foot. All right. So now we are going to move on to item number 4, the consent agenda. We have the board meeting minutes from December 16th, board meeting minutes from December 18th. Item C is our travel conference and overnight trips. Item D is our CSE recommendations. Item E is our CPSE recommendations, and then we have our consent. So I'll take a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Tracy.
Second.
Is that Tad?
Yeah.
Second by Tad. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, motion carried. Consent agenda is approved. We'll move on to number 5, new business. Item A, we have our BOCES cooperative purchasing. So whereas it is the plan of a number of public school districts in Cattaraugus County and Allegheny County, New York, to bid jointly for various supplies, commodities, and/or services in the 26-27 fiscal year. And whereas the Salamanca City Central School District is desirous of participating with other school districts in Cattaraugus and Allegheny counties in the joint bidding of all or some of the supplies, commodities, and/or services mentioned above, as authorized by general municipal law, section 119.0, and is determined by district need. And whereas the Board of Cooperative Education Services and Boards of Education wish to appoint a committee to assume the responsibility for drafting specifications, advertising for bids, accepting and opening bids, tabulating bids, reporting the results to the Board of Cooperative Educational Services, and boards of education and making recommendations thereon. Therefore, be it resolved that the Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education hereby appoints the Cattaraugus, Allegheny, Erie, Wyoming Board of Cooperative Education Services to represent it in all matters related above. And be it further resolved that the Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education authorizes the above mentioned committee to represent it in all matters leading up to the entering into a contract for the purchase of the above mentioned supplies, commodities, and or services. And be it further resolved that Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education agrees to assume its equitable share of the costs of cooperative bidding, and be it further resolved that the Salamanca City Central School District Board of Education agrees, one, to abide by the majority decisions of the participating districts on quality standards. Two, that unless all bids are rejected, it will award contracts according to the recommendations of the committee. Three, that after award of contract, it will conduct all negotiations with the successful bidders. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Brad, second by Dale. Are there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carried. Right, we got item B, BOCES 2627 unit cost methodology. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Salamanca City Central School District approves the proposed basis of service charges of the Cattaraugus, Allegheny, Erie, Wyoming BOCES for the 26-27 fiscal year. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Dale.
Second.
Second by Brad. Any questions? Can I get a motion? Or, I'm sorry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay, motion carried. Item C, declare surplus. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the following items will be declared surplus and be disposed of accordingly. Be approved. One, outdated teacher materials, see the attached list. Two, outdated student readers, see the attached list. Three, U-shaped executive desk with hutch. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Tad,
Second.
second by Tracy. Any questions? Anybody want me in the books?
Yeah, is it a good desk?
There's a lot in there. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstain? Okay, motion carried. All right, item D, CERP, Cardiac Emergency Response Plan, which Dr. Beal will briefly summarize for us. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the following cardiac emergency response plan be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second by Dale, second by Ted. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain? All right, motion carried. Then we got item E, the Whitestone contract. Be it resolved that upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Whitestone Associates Engineering and Geology New York PLLC contract for geotechnical investigation services related to the capital improvement project phase 5.1 be approved by the Board of Education, and the superintendent be authorized to execute the contract be approved. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Brad.
Second.
Second by Dale. Any questions? Give us a quick rundown.
Sure. So, let's see. Phase 5.1 is the construction of a new transportation facility at, on Kilbuck at the old Denver site. Through Labella, our architectural engineering firm, they bid out the geotechnical survey that has to be done, which basically is, well, in a simple way, it's scooping up some dirt and drilling some holes, but it's probably significantly more technical than that. So they're going to take some samples and ensure that, or determine if there's contaminants and what the soil composition is, so that when we get to the design phase of construction, we can ensure we're meeting the requirements to either put up a facility or put hard surface paving down, and what type of construction is necessary and what further action we need to take there. So this Whitestone is the lowest bidder to do that sampling.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, motion carried. All right, we are on to number 6, personnel consent agenda. Item A is the personnel action, where we have a long list of folks in various categories here. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel consent agenda?
Motion.
By Tracy. Second by Brad. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, that motion is carried. Do we have any introductions?
There are no individuals here physically or online to introduce. I believe Mr. Parisi already indicated that Ms. Tingley is working out well and she's on here, so we will continue. She's been with us, but we'll welcome her again officially when we see her.
Okay. Thank you for that. All right, item number 7, board information reports discussion. We have a voluntary transfer of Gil Coppin from elementary teacher to enrichment and advanced learning specialist. We have our capital project phase 4 summary report. We have our Indigenous Education Committee meeting minutes, our transportation report, our enrollment in January, and our upcoming events. And we have Indigenous Education Committee meeting tomorrow. Let's see, we have another board meeting on the 27th, and then again 2 in February. So we will see you all again in 2 weeks. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Ted, second by Dale. Any questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Okay, motion carried. We are adjourned at 6:21 PM. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Anybody later?